First, we will start from here like this, in this form. But this is the same as the toast we did earlier. Technically the same. It's the same in terms of the technology in this part. However, the difference from the toast is it is said to be even closer. It means being closer in premise. Therefore, the one who is doing their best. We'll start from now on. From now on, like this. Being close together means being close in principle. Please understand that. And when the luck enters like this, the shoulders are like this. In actual cases, it is necessary to control the opponent's next move with this shape. Otherwise, it won't work. From here, we enter into the move we just discussed. The person guiding this form is this philosopher, entering from the inside like this. Of course, this is how you become able to do this as well, right? The shoulder is positioned like this. In reality, he extended this index finger under the grip of the fluorescent sphere and proceeded to thrust it in like this. We are teaching this in a firm, literal manner. So, please, understand that. I did my best at it just now, so I won't break it down again here. I have already explained the contents. I just did this earlier. You should be able to do this. This is the same thing, because it's a vital technique. When you get caught, this inside this part that comes off, in the case of the vital technique, repeat it 3 times. In order to firmly master it, it's only once in this pattern, because we are doing this in a controlled manner. This is how it is here. The form is like this, but in reality, it is taken like this. It shows how to take it like this within this. So if you take it like this technique can be inserted here. If the opponent takes it like this, it will be even tighter. In this kind of form, here we are teaching that this can be done. This is the part here, this part which is done by others. I will not interpret within the hand device. Distinctively appearing, the movement of this part we are practicing today regarding this first part. This is a left kick. This is how you kick like this. Here. This is what I'm teaching, right? Regarding kicking. You just need to snap it. It's decided like this in form, but I'm teaching to strike using this area. However, in practice, mastering this movement, I leave it to you. What I want you to remember is crucial. Actually, it's right here. The following part from now on, I will practice. We did this earlier, but it's clear on the hand device side. But actually, regarding this part of the hand device, only half is shown in the mold. Next is the back of the hand device. So to reverse the body, you must master this within. From now on, the opponent resists. The moment they resist, rotate the axis. It's this way. Within the form, we only go this far. In reality, for example, I did something a little mean at the stage of sparring. I did a reversal with a thrusting technique, and quickly threw like this at this part of the equipment. It's surprisingly easy to do once you understand that you are learning it. Not just in one direction, always in 2 directions within this turn. If you remember, you can do it anytime. First of all, firmly hold on to this point. Learn to control. Those who can do this can then move on to the next step, which is the reversal. Learn the technique. The key to the technique of control is, as I mentioned earlier, if you can't control the key point of reincarnation, the technique won't work. Then try to firmly control it there, because this is broken. First, remember this. Please remember up to this point first. Until now, remember to firmly control this point. If it was like this from the beginning, those who could do this, like this. Make sure to grasp this point firmly, otherwise you'll be in trouble when the next counter move comes. Please remember that. Give it a try. Try the next one. Let's hit here, receive it, take it. Remember to control this there. It's pointless if you extend this way. Wait a moment. Just hold back a little. Hang in there. If you take it like that, the opponent will reverse. If you take it like this, raise your elbow, it won't go up, right? No, this won't work. Capturing the opponent is not with the elbow. Hold here. Use this here, I'll take it. Shy guy. Shy guy. Come out, incorporating the technique of inversion. The way of inversion. Please, this. I never talk like this at all. When you do it firmly with the shoulder, to remember the points. Once this is done, the next inversion is Goju. Try to lift this, rotate here. The rest is linked with the movement of the foot. The foot is when to draw and reverse rotation when rotating and step on. There are many revolutions like this. The key is, if you learn how to take this from here in various directions, because you can go on your own, try not to stick in one place. So now I took this draw as it is. Even if it is hardened, the opponent is bappable. It seems to come. You can't come if this takes place. If you decide, you will not come, just about holding down. From now on, I took this regarding pressing. Basically, if you enter this, because it takes a perfect trick at the knee, hold the jaw with the knee reverse wrist. Take it, even if you don't have to do that. How to harden, like now when you stiffen with a firm knee after throwing down. From now on, kick. There are several. First throw up there. Let's practice. Kicking is so please harden the teacher. If you learn the hardening technique, try it because it's interesting. Inversion. Hold your feet. Yes, twist, press down. Keep it on your knees. Please move. Sorry, you're mean. In its form, it is not decided in that form. Please get in here. So if you go in this way, this make by itself, make this knee. In this case, with this hardening technique, I've taught you many times. The most intense will bring your feet here. When the foot enters here, any powerful human being, I can't move at all. As a form kick in momentarily, then enter. This, if you can move, try moving. You can't do anything. If you do this, I can't do this anymore. There are any number of ways to harden. Then just take your knees, how to use it. Knee, even now, when you fold it tightly and hit your knees. I was speechless in Okinawa. I was speechless in Okinawa when I met Mr. Tadashi Watanabe of Shinyin-ryu. When I met Mr. Tadashi Watanabe of Shinyin-ryu, tell me the word fold. That's what happened. In Okinawa, only shape. I was not taught no. Yes, that's a little bit. Listen to me. The device is only up to this part for the next reversal technique. If you put your knees down, your opponent will be all your subordinates. It will fall. So try to remember that if you just throw it, you don't have to put it on. I'm going to teach you to break your knee when you learn from the real master's special normal value. I didn't have a name to break my knee. I was originally in Okinawa, and there were not many such names. You can learn in the form of a forward-bending system against the other side, while the face is sideways. But originally, it is not originally a forward bending. The original Okinawan old body is taught in the form of this standing. That's actually Saitama in Tokyo, when I didn't know that I would break this knee. When I get closer and drink together about once a year and discuss it, the first folding ceremony, with the word folding ceremony, I thought it was a mistake, so I had to look at it, but I kept on my knees like this. Well, in the case of the prefecture, it is a folding ceremony to drop the knee in the form that if you take a knee while fighting from that joke, the moon will never enter the middle moon. When I started there, I recently broke my knee. I've come to want that in the form of that, but it's very useful. There is such a name in the prefecture that the so-called exchange is enhanced. I think this is a convenient word, so I have been using folding and words recently. So when I enter the hardening technique, I cannot enter the hardening technique without this folding technique. This is very important, so let's do it. Teacher, I have a way of walking from that constellation since it was made. Let's try a bit. There's a walk from that constellation. Shoko, no, this is true. I'm going to move like I've seen in 50 years, but the use of that foot is a little different. Teacher, you're standing on your knees when you raise them before you. Before you, the front side is standing on your knees. This is exactly the opposite of the 50 route. It is actually in the direction of 50 to go while rotating like this. I was surprised when I saw things in Aikido, but this is actually not that kind of today's challenge. There is a rule in favor of that coming roofer, but the technique of taking your feet, if you can't use this knee, you won't fall down. A well-timed guy got kenken and ran away. 4. Use the shape with both hands. It comes in a way that you can't defeat it, even if you catch it and defeat it. But this knee is like this. When I remember that, the other person may be at once. This is so I don't have this right now. But that's the start of the non-device that I just did now, and weave my knees in this way. And elaborate, please practice a little. That's it. I did it. In fact, non-devices are not very difficult to disassemble. The non-equipment is included. Understand a little bit of a teacher is a little bit worse. Take the wrist with both hands. Try to reverse it in this way. Please try to open me in this form. Yes. This is being reversed now. How to remove this is actually going to enter this part of the future implementation of the device. Take a good look at this. If you go to a par, you're done with it. Here's how to use it, and I'll tell you one more thing, so please think about it. Please try. Are you coming off? It will be like this. So even if you are made to do that, it is to practice so that you can get out of it. I'm going to get into that new technology, so I'll try this. Please take it off. Yes, sir. Yes, that's right. That's pretty much the first one. Because I use my strength to waste. Let's not use your strength to waste there. When you can hold your finger and take your wrist. Finger. When the thumb is attached to the middle finger here, any person will be strong. Yes, sir? First of all, when the position of the finger that remembers here goes crazy, it will be difficult. Please make it normal and normal. It took me. Bring it here. Include like this. You got better. Yes, in my finger. It's not magic. It's the old technology that anyone can do. That's all the way that you have to bring all the 50 stream Super Olympion here for the first class. Just doing this will double the power of man. It means that you can move to the next technique because the stepping works. Yes, yes, yes. Please get together again. I did some of that today. Do you have that short of the last one? Just a little foot? After that foot, I can tell you a few points about the points when you do it. How to use your knee when you actually do that hardening technique. Then there is a considerable difference if you do not know the pressure points. So that only some I'll teach you, especially those full con people when they kick that lower step. The opponent may not pull even if you kick the lower step due to indiscriminate or strong muscular. People do not pull, but if you know the point of the point, the blow is many times more. It will be. So please understand the place and remember a little how to add a blow to the point. Well, I want you to absolutely remember this when you get tangled up or when you have the other person's feet. This is where the point is called this. There is a point called sine wink. This is a very effective blow to that blow. If you get kicked a few times, your feet will not move. So please remember it well. And actually, there is a point called sanri of this foot here. But remember, this is also very important when it comes to hitting people. Please, please. What I want full con people to remember. Remember, for sure only this point is absolutely effective, especially for the lower stage blow. This is... If you add it only once there, it will become numb and stuck if you add it a couple of times. It's a great point, so please remember. In general, everyone who kicks in the lower stage is especially full con people. Because I do it more often than I try, I do it right at the right angle, right at the right angle. I will tell you that it is not always effective at right angles. Have a little step forward, teacher. It is good at an angle. I will make a lower turn. That's how it is, right? Can you kick here? It's right at the angle of the moment. This and both can be done once. Now, when you return to face forward, it was a very good angle for the sortie. Please remember that. Actually, especially for those who can do a full combo, remember to aim for this spot. Since everyone tends to kick here on average, they often make mistakes in the angle. Dropping diagonally down here works very effectively, so make sure to watch closely. To tell you the truth, I kicked both front and back, but it doesn't really matter if it's front or back. Anyone can deliver a blow if they kick multiple times, not necessarily facing forward. For example, kicking in this form is generally how it's done. But what happens if you kick it like this? To tell you the truth, this is incredibly effective in close combat. This is the shape called Peshan and the shape called Su. When you understand the angle after the sumo match ends, and you understand the angle, it means you can do this kind of technique. Just pushing in this shape like this in front, as I did earlier, it goes smoothly. The interesting part is the point of this. It's the same in the lower part, firmly in that too. Like this, I just defeated it earlier. To tell the truth, when I was defeated and entangled, if I could see the opponent's leg. If you grab that part, most things come off. Here, try falling down a bit. Fall down, lie down, and try sleeping. If I'm knocked down by him and he starts to be born, when you see this, grasp this place. As for how to send it, the way of grasping is a bit special. It worked, right? It had an effect. Once you understand the little tricks, you can do this kind of thing. Remember the pressure points well. The pressure points do not need to be pinpointed like they are now. Roughly, firmly in that vicinity. There are some areas where I don't understand the vicinity. Please remember that vicinity well. Please come again right away. I'm sorry, but there are lower blocks on the right. So please open your legs and block. Is it okay with the footrest? Yes, that footrest is fine. In terms of angle, a normal lower kick looks like this. And now the teacher opened it like this. It moved, right? To tell the truth, what's abnormally scary is when you get kicked at this angle. The reason why the current block is not very effective is actually because it's a lower kick in this form. Yes, this one. So when you lift straight up like this way, the strike becomes stronger. However, if it's linear or at a right angle, this teacher's way is stronger. But when I change the angle, this side becomes weaker, and I become stronger. Please do that for everything. And the traditional way of lifting the knee in the old form is actually like this. Well then, Sensei, shall I have you kick on the opposite side? It's fine. Try kicking a lot. Do you understand? You do it with your shoulder, right? You don't raise it like this, right? No matter what the teacher says, all shoulders are like this, right? You don't raise it like this, right? This way has the correct implementation power. So now in this form, even if the opponent kicks, if you smoothly step forward, you can create space in front of yourself. I'm not saying you should do everything exactly like this. Things like the traditional technique of lifting your foot in an old way, there is no mistake in such things. So, I would like you to firmly practice those things and then work on your shoulders. That is also one of the purposes of this seminar. Basically, there are no mistakes in traditional shoulders. However, unfortunately, because it's not clear how to properly use them, it becomes a confusing disassembly. It somehow emerges without reason. Then doing shoulders like that is worthless. Even things that seem unavoidable are happening in reality. However, let's try doing it together today. If you understand that the original burden is properly shouldered, I think this time was very good. Yes, that's all for now. 3 bows and it's over.
それじゃあ最高になりました。3チにしております。